Hello guys, welcome to Selenium WebDriver training sessions. So this is the fourth session of beginner series. So in this session, we are going to learn about actions. So we are going to look at the below concepts. What is actions class? What is build and perform? And how to do drag and drop? And what is drag and drop by? And how to move to certain elements? And how to click and hold? How to release? And how to context click? So these are the various mouse actions. Right click and double click, how to achieve keyboard events in Selenium, and we'll see one example scenario. So let's get started. So before jumping into these topics, I would recommend you to watch the previous videos. So at least you need to know how to install WebDriver and how to launch browsers. Those are the first 2 or 3 sessions. It is very important to cover. So then after, if you watch this video, I think you will get clear understanding of these concepts. So let's get into today's topic. So what is action class? So a special feature available in WebDriver to handle keyboard and mouse events. So if you would like to do any mouse events like scroll up, scroll down, shift, alt key, press enter, press alt, and these kind of various keyboard actions you can achieve through actions class. So below are the few listed actions that we can achieve using actions class. So one is drag and drop and move to element, click and hold on a element, right click on a mouse and double click on any button or any web element and pressing keyboard events such as shift, alt, enter, etc. So usually you will see these kind of elements in any web page. So for an example, I'm giving you here, I would like to move this item to here. This is my requirement. So to achieve this kind of drag and drop actions, or if you wanted to click and hold means now it's clicked and hold. I haven't dropped it. So this is called as a click and hold. And I dropped it over here. This is called as a release. So to achieve these kind of click and hold and drop or release, or you can do right clicks. So these kind of actions can be achieved by using actions class. So the syntax is, so you need to import actions class. So look at this. This is the actions class. Okay, and this actions class is imported by org.openqa.selenium.interactions.actions. So when you type actions and control space, this line is automatically gets added, and this will take two arguments. One is either you can pass WebDriver or you can pass a keyboard as an argument. So but most of the times if you pass a driver object, that can achieve whatever we needed. So this is about creating an actions class object. Let's move on. Let's see one example. I'm creating one new package. New package, day underscore 14th. Right click, new class, UI underscore interact underscore actions, and select this so that main method gets added. Now you see main method is generated. Now you will be writing your code over here. So as usual, I am copying the browser launching code because this example we have seen many times. Excuse me. So I'm copying it from this. And paste it over main method. Now action, type control space. You see you need to import this actions. Okay, org.openqa.selenium.interactions. So you need to import this if you double click it, it automatically gets imported, this particular import statement. So give any name. So as a naming conventions and better practice, I'm giving as an actions equals to new actions control space, and don't select this and select the WebDriver object. Okay, so select this. So driver object is our parameter, it's already there. So now using this, you are giving some additional power to the WebDriver instance with some actions. Creating object of actions. Okay, so now actions dot, you can see various methods: build, click and hold, context click, double click, move to key up, key down. So many of additional features you can access using actions class now. So it's like empowering your WebDriver with some additional powers called as actions. So now we will look at two methods, build and perform. So build and perform are two keywords or two methods. The first one is to build a single action or to build a set of actions, but cannot be executed until perform done. It means the build can only build your actions, but until unless you do dot perform, won't be executed. But this is only to build your actions. So the below example, this will build the click and hold actions, but remember it won't be executed until I say build dot perform. Okay, example 2. So now you see actions dot click, actions dot double click dot build. So now we are building two actions. One is the click action and the second one is the double click actions, and we are only just building it but not executed. Okay, until you say perform, it won't be executed. Got it? So perform. So perform is used to execute the actions that are compiled using build method. So if I say execute over here, if I say dot execute, then these two actions will be executed. And if I say dot execute over here, then only this particular actions gets executed. So that is about perform. Okay. So you see here, this will execute the click and hold actions, because the build won't, but until you once you say perform, then that particular action get executed. Got me? So this is about executing the actions using build and perform. So another example, you see actions dot click, actions dot double click dot build dot perform. So at this step, nothing gets executed. At this step, it's executed combining these two actions, because the actions are combined using build command. Execute the click and double click actions. So hope you got me right. So let's see one example over here. This is the actions object we created. Now actions dot build, generate a composite action containing all actions so far ready to be performed. Okay, so just this is only to use build actions. Okay, not to execute. Dot click dot build dot double click. So I'm creating chain of actions. Double click dot context click dot build. So now this will, only it creates chain of events, but it won't get executed. Remember that. Okay, so this will only build the actions, but not executed, because we haven't said dot perform. Okay guys, so now let us perform the actions. Now actions dot perform. Even you can say actions.perform, both does the same, because the actions, the class is all itself, we built using actions dot click dot double click dot context click or dot build. And even you can say dot perform, actions dot perform are the entire line along with dot perform. So this will execute all the actions we built using build command. This only execute the actions. Okay, so let's see this how it works. Okay, so let's see one example in next we'll see one example in future slides. So but I hope you got this right, how this build and perform can be used. So now let's look at drag and drop. So as I shown, the drag and drop use it to move one element from one location to another location. Performs click and hold at the location of the source element, moves by a given offset, then releases the mouse. So this is nothing but click and hold and move at certain location. This is called a drag and drop. Now here one example, like I'm moving from here to this location. So means click and hold, move to some offset means some coordinate, some area. This is what called as a drag and drop. And syntax is drag and drop, web element source and web element target. Here what would be the source? If you look at this example, this is a source. Suppose your page is like that, and this is a source element, because this is this element I'm planning to move to some other area, and destination element is somewhere over here. Okay, so means you need to have two locations to work with this drag and drop. One is this element source, one is the element target. So example is, you see the web element source is driver dot find element dot by dot item 5 is nothing but this is the one. This is my web page. If you look at this property, this is the item 5 and this is my source element, and the target is I am moving on to on top of here on 1. This is the item 1. So means this will, if I execute that, it will move your item somewhere over here. So this is called as the drag and drop. You look at this, the target element is item 1, and actions class using drag and drop, and source is nothing but this element and dot target, and dot build will construct the actions, and dot perform will actually execute your actions. That is about drag and drop. So let's see one example, this drag and drop, the same example I'm showing right now. So these are the drag and drop controls I designed. So you guys can practice on this website. It's a clicklabs.blogspot.com. This is exclusively I developed for automation practice purpose. So driver dot navigate dot. So I'm trying to navigate the page to that particular page. This is another way to navigate to that page. So now after this step you will be navigated to the drag and drop page, and now you will be writing code to drag and drop actions dot drag and drop. Now you need to have two elements, right? Source and destination, and the what would be the source, so you need to define those two. Okay, so declare source element. Okay, so source element is, it's a type of web element, right? Because we are moving only web elements, right? So you need to define web element type of element. Driver dot find element by dot, you need to identify the object of your source. So means which element you are trying to drag. That is about item 5. You use the source code, right? ID is the variable, that's a property. So by that ID I need to use excuse me, by dot id and put over that property in double quotes import. Okay, so means you look at one error because this is a web element type of returning. It's written web element, so you need to define this element, this variable as web element type. Okay, web element source is done. Now the source element is declared. Now we wanted to define about target element. Okay, so web element target equals to driver dot find element. Now you need to do where to drop that. Okay, so item 1, we need to drop item 5 at item 1, right? So you need to take the item 1 property. This is the one. Take that by dot id. So now after executing it, the item 5 will be moved to item 1. Okay, so then this is a method drag and drop, and you need to build the action, right? So in order to run your actions, you need to build first and then you need to perform. Okay guys, so this is about achieving the drag and drop using this. Now item 5 would be moved to the top using actions class. Okay, system.out.println, this is for your confirmation. Drag and drop done. Okay guys, so this is done. Now put some breakpoints over here. Just double click or right click and select toggle breakpoint. Both ways you can put breakpoints, and now you can run it in a debug mode just to see what's going on during runtime. Do debug as Java application. Now it is launching Chrome driver, and it will open .clipslabs.blogspot.com, and now this double click and all done, and we are now redirecting to the drag and drop elements. Press continue. Now this page is loading. The page is keep loading. Let's wait. It has some jQuery controls, so it may take a little longer. Please hold on. Yes, you got the elements. Now source is this and the destination is that. So now I declared source and destinations. Source, target, and drag and drag. Okay, now you see item 5 has been moved to the top level. So this is about drag and drop. Got it? So first it was a down state, and after this step executed, then it's moved to the topmost place. So this is about how you can achieve drag and drop using actions class. I hope you're clear about this. And now we have another method in actions called as drag and drop by. So by namely, both are looking same, but drag and drop doesn't specify location, but drag and drop by is also same, but you can drop at certain page locations, means page coordinates. So performs click and hold at the location of the source element, means it will click and hold source element and moves to the location of given values and then releases the mouse. Means click and hold one web element. It's like, like on this is move and hold means I holded this and moving it, and drop at certain coordinates. Suppose this is XYZ coordinates, right? 110 means it will drop over here. So like that, so if you look at these controls, see, this is a drag, click and hold and drop it over here, means certain coordinates. So if you wanted to achieve that, you can use the drag and drop by. Okay, so the syntax is drag and drop by web element, and the source is means which element you wanted to drag and drop, and x offset, y offset means x coordinate and y coordinate. That's the screen coordinates. So look at this example. So I'm declared one source web element using driver dot find element. by.id using draggable for. This is my source element, and I'm using drag and drop by, and this web element I'm dragging and dropping at 10 and 50 coordinates and executing this action using dot build and dot perform. So this is about working drag and drop by. So let's see one example. So now I wanted to drag and drop by this particular element. Okay, so inspect it. Draggable for actions dot drag and drop by, and a convenience method that performs click and drag at the location of the source element and moves by a given offset, then releases the mouse. X or Y offset coordinates you need to mention, and the source element is you need to define this already there at item 5, or if you wanted to do on another element you need to declare 10 or 20 whatever. And now I am defining another source element, driver dot find element. You can directly declare over here. So rather than storing in some variable, I am giving directly. I'm taking this value draggable for. This is a property of the red dot click red box. Okay. So as I said, you need to mention dot build and dot perform. Remember, this is compulsory. If you wanted to trigger any actions, the dot build dot performs are mandatory. Then only the commands gets executed. Okay, select it. Now right click. Now you see how this is looking. This is in a particular row, right? So once after executing this command, now you see the draggable 4 will be moved a slide little slider, right? Because it is moved using some coordinates. Means it's clicked and hold and dropped at certain location. So this is about, you see. So this is about drag and drop by. So I hope you got about this drag and drop, right? So if you wanted to move another object, you need to change the the source control, right? So whatever the source object, this is automation, right? This is automation. If you wanted to now move this object, you need to say draggable to. Okay, so now we are moving another object using drag and drop by. Now you see this is more little slider, little down, right? I just moved up. Now execute it. Select the code, right click, inspect. You see it's again moved down. So this is about drag and drop by. So let's move on. So move to element. So move to element is the method which can be used to move the mouse control to the middle of the element. So generally this method would be very useful if your elements are not on the screen. It means suppose you have so many elements and the element which you are interact which you would like to interact is down of the web page. So in it to interact to that particular element, you can use move to element, so that the WebDriver will switch the focus from topmost navigation of the page to the down whatever wherever the element is located. So that is about move element. So move element will take one argument. It's about web element. There's nothing but source. So to which element you wanted to move, you need to pass that web element ID properties. So here one example you see. So driver dot find element by dot xpath some xyz some value over here, and actions dot move to element, and you are passing the source over here. This is source element. Forgot to mention here. This should be SOURSE equals to this, and dot build dot perform will move execute this action. Okay. So let's see this example. And useful when element is out of the visible screen. As I said, if it is not on UI, and this particular thing will help us. Suppose if you look at this web page, Now you can see only up to the skills. Suppose if you wanted to interact on any web element, see the submit, then the move to element will scroll your web page to this and will easily can interact with this element. So that so if it is in hidden, it will move that element to so it will move the WebDriver focus to this element so that the element is appear on active screen. So that is about move to element. So let's see one example for the same scenario. Okay, so now this is my web page. So there is a submit button over here. So it's out of the visible screen. It's too down. Okay. So now how the move to element will help in this case. So actions dot move to element, actions dot move to element, and you need to give the web element path. Means you need to define your web element where to move. So you need to define the target. So web element, or you can directly pass driver dot find element by dot. You need to identify the object. What is the property name? Okay, so you need to write XPath because I didn't see any name or ID. Means you need to write either XPath or CSS selector. Okay, so I'll write XPath on this attribute value equal to submit. So by dot XPath. Okay, so select double slashes input because it's an input button, right? At the rate value is the attribute which we are using for this XPath. Put that value, close the square bracket. Okay, and enter double quotes. This is the input, this is the tag name, and the value is the attribute, and submit is the attribute value. Okay, so you need to close the bracket. Before that, I need to close the double quotes because I opened there, right? So dot not click. Okay, build dot perform. Okay, okay, guys. Now you'll observe this. Okay, so now I'm closing this, and I'm moving there. This is the base state. So when I opened application, this was the visible screen. Now run this code. This code will move the focus to submit button or whatever the target you passed. Okay, so select the code, right click, inspect. Now you see the screen. You see it's almost down. You see there is a one here. You see, so the screen is completely moved down. So now wantedly I moved up. Now you just right click and inspect. You see, so now the screen is over here. Look at this. This is the screen, right? So means the WebDriver focus shifted or the screen is moved to that particular web element. So that is about move to element. So now we'll look at click and hold. So when we discuss about drag and drop, we did the similar thing, right? So click and hold means we clicked and hold on certain web element and dropped at certain location. That's all actions, a chain of actions is treated as a drag and drop. So now, but if you wanted to hold, then you can use this click and hold. Clicks, remember, without releasing at the current mouse location. So there are two methods in click and hold. You can click and hold at any location. Means suppose the mouse, this is my mouse pointer. If I say click and hold, now the WebDriver will click and hold at this location. But if I mention click and hold web element, then it will hold on a particular given target. So that is about click and hold. So now let's see one example. Actions dot click and hold dot build dot perform. This is a syntax for this click and hold. And also there is another way. This is called as a polymorphism. Means one method with different parameters. It has no parameters, zero. It has one parameter. So this will clicks without releasing in the middle of the given element. Means actions dot move to element on element, means whatever the element you are passing, and click and hold. So this is about click and hold. Okay, so this is a example, and let's see one example over here. Let me clear this ink. Okay, so right click, new class. So I am creating day 14 only. I'm not creating any new package. This is I'm using the same package. UI underscore interact underscore actions, or actions already there, right? Underscore 2. I'll rename and finish. So now this area I'm using it. So I'm copying the code to launch the browser. Copy this, paste it over here. Control A, so that the indent means all lines are aligned properly. Select the complete code, Control A and Control I, this shortcut. So now we are navigating to this website. So I am giving that website address. Okay, so now driver dot, save this. No, not driver. First we need to define actions class, right? So creating actions object, actions, import this actions class. Okay, actions equals to new actions. So this will take WebDriver as an argument, right? So pass the WebDriver object, driver actions dot build. Sorry, we need to click and hold, right? So click and hold. So where to click and hold? On dot click, right? So you need to use this draggable for ID. Just pause this, driver dot find element by dot ID, draggable for. There's a click and hold, right? So means now the WebDriver will click and hold that particular object. Dot build dot perform. Okay, so now you run it now. System out dot println, done. Okay, just for our information. So now select it, right click, debug as Java application. Now you will see now that WebDriver will click and hold on that particular object. It means draggable for object. So let's load the page. Let's wait. So this will take some time. Okay, so now look at this. This mouse pointer is holded now. This is not released this. Okay, it's clicked and holded on this particular object. Okay, so this is about click and hold. Got it? So now let's move on to the next. And the next is the release command. So click and hold is clicked and holded it, but still the mouse location is means the mouse is still on that particular control. So to release that, we can use release method. Okay, so we'll see how the release can be used. So this is releases the depress left mouse button at the current mouse location. Simply we can say whatever you hold it over here. You see this. I look at this example. Okay, so this is a click and hold. Now this is a click and hold. Until unless I use release, it won't be released the mouse pointer. So if I say release, then yeah, this is done. So to achieve this, we'll be using the release. Okay, so actions dot release dot build dot perform. So and there are two methods here again. So release means anywhere on the current mouse location, but release web element means, suppose you see, if I use click and hold over here, means at at at, at some point it is clicked. That means wherever the mouse is located right now, there click and hold will work. But click and hold on certain web elements. Suppose if I say click and hold on this labs, means it will hold on this particular element. So if you use click and hold at some web element, you need to use release that web element. But if you use click and hold at current mouse location, means nothing you performed, then you need to use only release option. Okay, so this is the difference between this release and this release. So this is release the deepest left mouse button in the middle of the given element, means over here. So this is nothing but only the mouse pointer where it is currently located. So that's about release and release web element. Okay, so the syntax is actions dot release dot. Here nothing means current mouse location, it automatically taken. Here it will only release the whatever the element we passed on to this particular method. Okay, so there is no use of, just read it, there is no use of using release without first using click and hold, right? So until unless you click and hold something, there's no use of release. So means it uses it, you need to use click and release whenever you use click and hold. And combination of click and hold and release is like drag and drop. That's what I said, right? So combination of click and hold and release, this is nothing but drag and drop. So that's what about some few notes. Got it? So let's look at one example over here. So click and hold and release. Okay, so let me write some code over here. So inspect, we know already this property, but still we'll inspect it. It's a draggable 4 is the ID. So go over here, release, releasing on this dot click box. So you need to define, right, actions, it's already there, dot release. And now we are not using the release because the release means the current mouse location, but we are releasing on the particular web element. So you need to write that web element, the target we need to pass. Actions dot release, the target is driver dot find element by dot, what is this? This is the draggable 4. Okay, so by dot draggable, sorry, you need to use by dot id, by dot id. So pass that value over here, by dot id draggable 4 dot build dot perform. Okay, so terminate it because we need to run the first click and hold, then only you can write, you can run the release, right? So until unless if you don't use click and hold on that web element, you cannot use release on that web element. Release done. Okay, so terminate. I think I tried to save it. So if while modifying and if you do save, you need to rerun it because the runtime compilation is not possible, recompilation. So debug as Java application. Now run your code. Now this is launching WebDriver. CCC. Now this page will be loaded. Maybe little late. It takes little longer than usual. Come on, come on. Okay, so the page gets loaded. Now click and hold is executed. Now you see this is still there, means it's holded on the dot click. Now until unless you release, it won't be released. So now release done. Now you see this was released at certain location, right? That's about click and hold and release. So the both combination of both is treated as a drag and drop. Okay, so this is the element which we are trying to interact. The dot click is nothing but draggable for the object is, and this is a sorry, the draggable too. Okay, so now run this, inspect. Now this is here and there, right? It's moving. Now inspect. Now it's dropped on this particular part. Got it? So this is about how you can use click and hold and right, click and hold and release and hold. So now we will look at context click. So context click is one of the method which can be used to right click at the current mouse location. So if you wanted to right click on any point or any on your screen, you can use context click. So the syntax is actions class or object dot context clicks dot build dot perform. So again, it has two methods. You can context click on at any mouse location, and you can context click on particular web element. It's nothing but the first one, something like, right now my current mouse pointer over here, it will right click on this particular location. So, but this particular context click on web element, suppose if I say, if I declare this as a target, so then it will right click on this particular web element. Suppose if I mouse over here, I declare this web element, then this will do the right click over here. So this is about context click of this statement and context click of this statement differences. Okay. So example is actions dot context click, and you are passing that web element, and dot build dot perform is very common statement. Means if you wanted to do any actions, you need to build first and then perform it. So that's about context build dot perform. So let's see one example. So if you would like to right click on this particular web element, okay, so just right click and inspect that web element. So now what is the idea of this? It's a draggable too. Okay, so copy that. Now open your Eclipse. So we are using right click. So I'm moving the actions object little top. Okay, I'm declaring there. So here I can write now context click code actions dot context click. Two methods, right? Context click means at a current mouse location. But if you wanted to right click on a targeted element, you need to use context click and you need to pass the target element. So driver dot find element by dot id we copied. Oops, it's not copied properly. Oh, I'm copying it from here. So we need to write it. This command should right click on that particular element. Build dot perform is common practice, right? If you wanted to execute it, you need to say build dot perform. Okay, so now save this system.out.println, then right click done. So you may not see this quickly because as soon as you take the mouse over the right click, you cannot view it. Okay, so just observe this debug as Java application. Now it's executing it. It's executing it. It's executing it. This takes certain time to load. Going on. Please hold on. This take a little while to load all the controls. Yes. So now right click is done. But as I said, this is tricky because as soon as you change your tab, then the right click has gone. Okay. So simply you see some back forward reload, or because this is about the impact of right click. So when you right click on, you will see on web page, you can see like back or refresh the page, right? Like this. So this is about achieving the right click on particular web element. You see again back, reload, save as, print, and all. These are all about the context click. So let's move on to double click. So this is also the same similar way. So double click on a particular web element. You can use the actions dot double click. So performs a double click at middle of the given element. Okay, so you need to pass the web element target and dot build dot perform. Okay, so again, this is also the similar polymorphism concept in Java. You can have multiple methods with different parameters. So this double click on any location. Suppose right now the current mouse location is here. So if I say actions dot double click dot build dot perform means it will double click on this. So this is quite, it may not be the meaningful action. So it's always better to mention your target. So double click on any web element. If I pass the web element option and double click means it will execute double click action on this particular target web element. So that is about double click action. Okay, so now let us look at the key down method. So if you wanted to, if you wanted to perform any key activities on your web browser, you can use key down. So key down is nothing but it will it will press and hold on particular key that you passed on to this particular method. So the syntax is key down keys dot which key you wanted to press. So if you can say shift, or you can say enter, you can say alt, you can say right arrow, you can say left arrow, you can say 7, you can say 8 dash 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 dash. So whatever keystroke you passed over here, that particular actions will be executed using keyboard events. So example is, so if you look at this example, you see the key dot backspace means this is used to press backspace on keyboard. Okay, so we need to use dot build dot perform to execute above commands. This is compulsory. And whatever you perform using key down is active until you release that key with key up. So remember that once you use key down keys dot shift means, so that is active until you use key up, and then keys dot shift means, so until unless you say key up, that keyword is still like hold it. It means the keyboard is active. It means suppose if I say key down keys dot numeric key on or caps lock on means until unless you use key up statement, all letters which you are typed are in caps letters. So this is a cautious step you need to care. So let's see one example over here. So navigate to this website and enter value dot click. So remember this is in a caps letter, and enter value automation in caps letter and close the browser. So this is my scenario we would like to automate, and the takeaway points over here. The enter value can achieve in two ways. One is you can use actions dot send keys the one way, and you can use dot send keys. So let's see what are the differences and it how it works. So this is my class which I already defined, and I have actions objects. Actions equals to new WebDriver. So let me take the new one, UI underscore interact underscore actions underscore 3. Let's rename it as keys. Okay, so we are looking at keys example. Okay, so copy the code up to this. I think you can copy up to actions. That's okay, we can define one. Okay, so now you wanted to navigate to this site, that is the given exercise. Now inspect this web element, and what is the property? ID equal to fname. Copy this, and you can say driver dot find element dot by dot whatever the property you copied. Okay, so first you need to declare the first name text box. So there are two ways. Either first you can declare or you can directly use it. So I'm declaring web element first name equals to driver dot first name by dot id. I copied id, just paste over here and close the bracket. Okay, this is about the first name. And now I need to enter the last name too, right? So declare the last name text box. I'm simply copying it, pasted it over here. And this is the property by that id. So I copied, and this should be last name. Okay, so I declared two objects, first name and last name, because I need to interact multiple times. So it is better to declare and store it in variable, so that you know need to use driver.find element many times. First name dot send keys. So this is one of the way you can send or you can enter values to input box or text box. So dot click automation labs. So as you said in caps, so it would be entered in caps. So just put some breakpoint over here and the right click and debug as Java application. So now this will open your website dot click automation labs .blogspot.com, and this particular step will input the dot click in caps letter. So this is one of the way. And also you can achieve the same in using actions class. Let's see how we can do this in actions class. This is one way. Another way is declare actions, press shift and enter values in small. So generally we do, right, whenever we enter some values, some people will on caps lock and type the entire value, or some people will press shift and type in small letters. So both can do the same. So as we are looking at key up key down statements, so let's try this now. So declare actions web element actions class and use key up key down statements to enter in values using by pressing shift command. New actions, take WebDriver as an argument, pause it, semicolon, actions dot key down is a method, right? So okay, so before that I'm moving to some element, move to that element. It would be good so that the WebDriver focus shift to that element and click that. So means the current mouse point will move to that place. And key down performs a modifier key press. Do not release the modifier key. Subsequent interactions may assume it's kept pressed. So remember this. So you need to release the key once you are done with this task. So keys dot shift. So because we are trying to type in a caps letter, right? So keys dot where is shift. Yes, here is the shift. Okay, so this is a key down. So means this will keep pressing the shift key. And now, and what is the action you need to use? Send keys. Okay, so use this. And now even though you type any small letters, dot click. So because of key down key dot shift, that will execute in, that will enter values in caps letter. Remove this. So now select it. Okay, select these two lines, right click and inspect. Now you see it's entered in caps letter because the key down key dot shift is pressing the shift key. So whatever you type by pressing shift key, that converted into caps letter, isn't it? So now enter last name value, last name dot send keys dot automation. So notice this time I'm giving only small letters and I'm even not pressing key down to make it caps, but still this will enter values in caps letter. So why? Because the key down is active until unless you say key up keys dot shift typed in caps because key down is active, still active. So to make it inactive, you need to use keys up dot, you need to use keys dot shift so that the whatever pressed and holded key will be released. So this is how about working with key down. So now let's the key up. So use it to release the modifier key that is pressed using key down. So wherever you use key down, once you are done with that activity, you must enter key up. So similar syntax, key up, keys dot, which key you wanted to press, you need to pass that. Keys dot and F1, F2, whatever. So here the example is keys dot shift. Okay, keys dot backspace. So it is not recommended to use key up on any key prior using key down. So remember this. If you use key up only, then use key down. So and whenever you use key down, you must use key up to release that particular keystroke. Okay, so this is about key up. So for the same scenario, we'll see now. So this is a key down. So means the key is still pressed. Okay. So now if I use key up over here to release the shift key pressing, release the shift key now using key up. Now actions dot move to element. I think you don't need it. Key up because we are just releasing the key, right? So keys dot, what is the statement? It's a shift, right? Shift dot build dot perform. Okay, that's it. So now you just see that how it works. It should enter in small letters because we are releasing the shift key press. Now this line should enter a small letter. Given case means whatever, either I given small case or caps case, whatever. Okay, so it shouldn't be converted to caps then. Okay, so let's see, let's execute these lines. Debug as Java application. Now opening this web page, driver initialized, move to this web page. Okay, so now you see it's entered in the given case because the key down, key up is released the key down statement of that shift key action. So this is how about working with the keys using keys up and keys down. So that's all about working with actions. So just to summarize, so we have discussed about keyboard activities using actions class. So using actions class, so you can use you can do some keyboard activities such as click and hold, release, drag and drop at certain locations, and you can say keys up or keys down to keep press and hold the certain keys actions, and you can use actions that move to element. And the takeaway point is you need to remember dot build and dot perform. So until unless you say dot build, so actions won't be built. So until unless you use dot perform, actions cannot be triggered on open browser. So whenever if you wanted to do any actions, it is compulsory to build that actions and use perform key to perform method to execute those actions. So that's all about today's session. I hope you understand these sessions. If you like this, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please put down in comment sections. I will respond you shortly. So thank you very much for watching this video.